There's nothing wrong with being gay. Nothing. And there's nothing wrong with being a fan of pro wrestling. But it's the same thing.
What is up, everybody? NC.
JC and...
We're going to top 10 neutral on Joe Rogan.
Yep.
There's some good about this guy. There's some bad. A little bit of both, but we got to start off with the good because we're good guys. So, number one, this guy's a good interviewer.
He is a really good interviewer.
I can't deny that. I mean, he knows how to get the pressing matters out of people, the issues that do matter, and doesn't matter who he interviews. I mean, he always makes sure to put in a quality effort, so you got to give him props for that.
Absolutely. I mean, whether it be Alex Jones or the frontman of Tool or Elon Musk, no matter who he brings on, it's always compelling.
Shit. I mean, look how viral the Undertaker episode went.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, he does bring out the best out of people. Number two, he's one of the best play-by-play guys in UFC history. Now, when you look across the landscape of UFC play-by-play guys, you got a lot of boring fucks. You got like John Anik, you got Daniel Cormier. But with Joe, at least you got somebody who truly understands what's going on in there and can explain it to a casual in layman's terms. Granted, he throws in a couple weird terms from time to time that they don't understand, but for the most part, he tries to break it down so a normal casual fan can understand it.
And as you should.
Yeah.
He's the JR of UFC.
Yes, he is. Number three, my brother kind of touched on this, but we'll go ahead and elaborate more. Interviewed the biggest names ever. And whether it be Alex Jones, Elon Musk, The Undertaker, he gets the big names. Mel Gibson, Maynard Keenan. It doesn't matter who he brings on his show. From all aspects, too. So many different spheres of entertainment. Like whether it be news, politics, conspiracy, pro wrestling, fighting. He's had Kanye West on his show. Just so many different spheres of entertainment, and he gets all of them. So
he does.
Very cool. Number four about this guy, legit badass. Yeah. And when I found out how hard this guy could hit, I was like, wow, a play-by-play guy that is able to kick that hard and punch that hard. I mean, he's set some records before on Fight Science. So yeah, the guy is incredibly talented at what he does. Practices Taekwondo, black belt in Taekwondo, legit dangerous guy. I mean, you wouldn't be able to tell from looking at this little bald dude with liver spotted hands that he'd be able to beat your ass. But nah, Joe Rogan can kick some ass.
Can.
Number five, martial artist to comedy to play-by-play to number one podcast in the world. That is an entrepreneur right there. That's a guy that sets goals and gets them the fuck done. I respect the fuck out of that aspect of Joe Rogan. The fact that he's able to really be disciplined at whatever he wants to. Like if he wants to be truly good at something, he goes and does it. I mean, shit, here he went from training in Taekwondo competitions and competing in them when he was a young age, and then went right into stand-up comedy. Started touring the club circuit, getting that done. Got a job at news radio. First on TV gig. After that, got a job working for Fear Factor.
And then after that,
got the UFC play-by-play gig.
Trashed Carlos Mencia.
Done a lot of different things. And then he hops right into doing his Joe Rogan experience. Gets so popular to the point that he is the most paid podcaster in all of the landscape. Like he beat out everybody doing podcasting to the fact where Spotify inked him to like over $100 million. Huge deal.
Damn.
Yeah. So yeah, he definitely has put his work in. I can't deny that. But he has also put enough reasons for us to compile 5 reasons why he sucks.
Yeah.
So JC is going to go ahead and kick it off with the first reason why he sucks.
Don't kill me, Joe Rogan. Please. He sounds like a crackhead Kermit.
Oh, look at this amazing. He put him in an arm bar. He's going to take him out. Oh, he's going to tap him. He tapped him.
Oh, God. He does sound like a crackhead Kermit. It's hard to take him seriously when he talks because of the way he sounds.
Right.
It's like even when he's doing an interview, they're good interviews, don't get me wrong, but you can't take it seriously.
Well, and also when they show the slow motion play-by-play of him at the desk, gaily grabbing the arms of his broadcast partners, like, oh my God, honey, look at that. Honey, look at that.
That was a total Queen moment.
That was.
He was queening out right there,
Yes,
man.
he was. That shit gets his dick hard.
But you know what else gets his dick hard? Reason number 2 of our neutral why he sucks. He's a biased play-by-play commentator.
Yes, he is. Well, especially as he's gotten more into the gig of UFC, and he's gotten more up his own ass to the point where he's doing like these part-time gigs. He just doesn't even try to call it down the middle anymore. Like, you can see the biasm clear as day for whoever he's calling the action on. And when it gets to that point, man, it's just like, you know what? You're not objectively doing your job right. You're going ahead and you're picking a side. And as a play-by-play guy, that's something I don't think you should ever do.
No.
Always call it down the middle.
Well, no, because it makes you look bad as a commentator. You're supposed to be calling it down the middle.
Right.
Not favoring one fighter over another. So, not a good look. Reason number 3 of our neutral reasons why Joe Rogan sucks, he also plays all sides on his radio show or his podcast.
Okay, so there is a YouTuber out there that has compiled certain clips of Joe Rogan where he'll say one thing and then contradict himself on another thing right away.
Yep.
And it's to the point that he's pretty much called the chameleon of podcasting because he changes his shades and changes his color to whoever he's talking.
Oh, yeah. No, because he just wants to get in their good graces. I mean,
yeah,
he's an ass kisser.
That's essentially what he is. Yeah. He's an ass kisser.
Reason number 4 why Joe Rogan sucks in our neutral reasons, he says weird shit. I mean, some weird-ass fucking shit.
Okay, so I've seen him talking about the most famous gay porn star in the world, and one of the guys on his show was like, yeah, why was that highlighted? That term right there, that guy's name was highlighted. Usually it only shows up like that if you've checked it out on Google. And Joe Rogan just kept on talking right by him and scrolling down the page.
I was doing research for the show. I'm sure he was.
A lot of high quality research there.
I needed jerkins for the show. What are you gonna say?
Yeah, well, and not only that, there's another clip of him talking about, you know, it's one of the greatest things if you ever do ecstasy is to just hold hands with another man. And here I was holding hands with this Mexican guy, and it's nothing sexual, just two dudes holding hands, enjoying ecstasy. And it's like, it's just amazing that more people, they don't know about how amazing this is, just holding hands on ecstasy.
Well, and that's another thing, too. He constantly brings up DMT.
Yes.
All the fucking time.
Oh, what about that one time when he was talking to Macaulay Culkin? He's like, what about the 10-year-olds in the coal mines?
And his eyes were all wide open.
And he was practically licking his chops over that shit.
What about the 10-year-olds in the coal mines?
Oh, what about that one really gay, annoying dude who shows up on his show? The really gay, annoying comedian guy?
Tim Dillon. The fat guy, right?
Okay, so there's a couple. So there's him. Then there's the other dude who knows a lot about pro wrestling. There's him.
Oh, yeah. Reason number 5, why Joe Rogan sucks in our neutral list. He is very disrespectful to pro wrestling.
Okay, so people don't know about this because they don't really follow Joe Rogan, but Joe Rogan does not respect pro wrestling at all, has never tried to respect pro wrestling. Like Tony Hinchcliffe has tried to get him into it before, and he thinks it's the most corny, whack bullshit ever. But when Undertaker was on the show, he was saying, oh, you know, just the trials and tribulations that wrestlers have to go through and all the bullshit they have to go through. You guys are always on the road beating yourselves up. And I was just like, dude, you don't respect this shit. Shut the fuck up.
Fucking ass kisser.
Dude.
You know, honestly, it kind of makes me think if he got in the ring and actually tried to train in pro wrestling, I bet you he'd gain an appreciation for it.
Of course he would. Of course he would. Because pro wrestling, even though it's got some of the most soy-filled, estrogen-filled, whack motherfuckers competing nowadays, it's something that, like, if you run the ropes, you're going to realize that, damn, that shit hurts.
Yeah.
You take a bump on the mat, you're going to realize that shit hurts.
Speaking of which, porn star Mia Khalifa was talking shit about pro wrestling. She got into a ring to train.
Yeah.
She now respects it.
Shit fucking hurts, man. Yeah, it's a predetermined outcome, but you better believe that being a pro wrestler, even if you're only wrestling one day out of the week, fucking hurts. It's a pain that eventually your body toughens up and you get kind of used to it, but it's still one of those things where when you take time off in the ring, you're going to be feeling that shit for a long-ass time.
But like one of the reasons why wrestlers take months to come back from like a simple injury is because they're trying to toughen their body up again.
Yeah.
That's why people will take bumps, is to get their body conditioned to the impact of the ring.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the unfortunate thing, too, is like you have to toughen your body back up or else you'll be back out with another injury.
True.
Joe Rogan, I think that if he actually stepped in the ring and tried this shit out, he'd be like, fuck, well, at least, you know, you gotta take some bumps and do this. I mean, you know, it's still fake. It's fake as fuck. I'd rather watch MMA and jack off. And that's what he'd rather do. So to each their own, Joe Rogan. You watch your MMA and you jack off, but we're still gonna do a top 10 neutral on you. So that has been our top 10 neutral reasons why Joe Rogan is neutral to us. NC.
JCN.
Peace out.
This hardcore gay club, they would have shit night where they would shit into Tupperware and seal it up and bring it in there. They would jizz all over the stage, and they would dive on the jizz like a slip and slide around on each other's jizz. They'd piss on each other.